On our floor sheet, we are now learning additional commands that are specifically intended for annotating and detailing area components. I click on Unobstructed and we remove the area system here. For this small ceiling, it is certainly not necessary to create separate views for the top and bottom layers of rebar. Instead, I'd like to have a different representation for the top and bottom layers. Therefore, I activate the option Consider Alternate Style in the settings. Additionally, I want the tag to be placed inside the rebar set at the intersection of the distribution line and the visible rebar, as shown here. Using the Layers command, located here in the upper left, we give our rebar sets information about which layer they are in. In the layer definitions, we set the desired names for our reinforcement layers. For the bars that cannot be assigned to any layer, in our example the stirrups at the edge of the slab, I would like to define a separate layer. Let's call them X, or even better, let's call it 0. And the previously activated alternate style for the corresponding layer is set using the checkboxes here next to the layers. It has already been activated for the two lower ceiling layers. Now let's execute the layers command to populate the sophistic layer and sophistic alternate style parameters, which represent the alternate styles. We receive a message stating that everything has been successfully assigned, along with an overview of the layers. Let's briefly check the result in the properties of a rebar set. Here, the sophistic layer parameter has the entry B2, which corresponds to the second layer from the bottom, and the sophistic alternate style is activated. Using the sophistic reinforcement browser, we can now select all bars from our sheet RC04 and start the sophistic command hide and tag. I would say that looks good so far. We receive reinforcement distribution with detailing and a representative bar for each rebar set. The bars in the second layer are displayed in a dashed alternate style. Some details may need to be adjusted or moved slightly. Let's take a look at position 4 here at the top. Perhaps we can move the distribution line a bit down, and also the visible bar can be changed freely by adjusting the display setting, which is located when we select the bar here on top. Our reinforcement layers can also be used for the steel schedule. For example, to create separate lists for each layer using the option here at the bottom. Even more flexibility is provided by the user-defined steel schedule. Individual layers can be selected to be included within the steel schedule. Here, I've selected the two lower layers and our layer 0. This way, I ensured that my edge bars are ordered and delivered together with the two bottom layers. Very nice. Let's go back to our ceiling plan, which still needs to be finalized. As an exercise, please label the views as in the previous chapters. I recommend trying out other labeling settings or even adjusting a labeling family to your wishes in the family editor.